Malcolm Turnbull promised that he would be able to build a second-rate, slower version of the NBN for $29.5 billion. Now they've released a corporate plan that says that this will blow out to up to $56 billion. So it's almost doubled in cost, but the time it will take to build has more than doubled. Malcolm Turnbull and Tony Abbott promised in April of 2013 that everyone across the country would have access to the NBN by the end of 2016. In other words, everybody watching this program and everyone else across the country would have access to the NBN by the end of next year. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. There's about 12 million households and businesses across the country. They've only got to about 1.5 million so far. They're not going to get to 12 million. They're now saying it'll take until 2020 to get everybody connected to the NBN. So that's blown out by more than double as well. And it gets worse, Graham, because only a couple of weeks ago we found that the cost of fixing the old copper network they're using to build fibre to the node, that's blown out by 1,000%.
Well, that was always a very dodgy decision to use the copper, wasn't it?
It was a bad decision made 12 months ago. 12 months ago they bought the copper network back, and I said earlier this week that they did it without proper due diligence. In their documents they say that they could fix the copper network for 50 million. We now know it's blown out to more than 600 million just to fix the copper network, a blowout of more than 1,000%. Most people don't get promoted when they blow their budget by 1,000%. Most people get the sack, but that's not what has happened to Malcolm Turnbull. He's been promoted. And the great irony here, Graham, is that Tony Abbott got the sack because of all of these broken promises he made on health and education and everything else. Malcolm Turnbull's just as bad. He's broken the promise on how much it would cost, broken the promise on the time it would take to build, and broken the promises on how much it would cost to fix the dodgy old copper network, and he gets promoted.
Indeed he has.